Hi, and welcome to the Power for Parkinson's YouTube channel. Today, Dr. Nina Mosier, our Executive Director, and Christopher Lyon, PFP board member and ping pong player, among many other talents, will be joining Nenad Bach in this exciting Powerful People conversation. Nenad is a world-class Croatian American rock star, composer, recording artist, and peace activist who has played with the likes of Luciano Pavarotti, Bono, and more. Through his singing and songwriting, Nenad's goal is to spread the message of joy and universal peace. This interview will include a phenomenal performance by Nenad that I truly believe you'll enjoy. In addition to bringing joy through his music, Nenad has embraced another talent and newer mission. He began Ping Pong Parkinsons with the mission to create a global sports movement that is inclusive and supportive of people with Parkinson's. The organization is the first and only World Table Tennis Championship organizer dedicated to raising awareness of the benefits of playing ping pong for the Parkinson's community. Learn how ping pong or table tennis can be an excellent complement to your PFP or any other exercise routine.
If I had another life, I would never walk straight. All the things I love to do, other people love to hate. With my shoes on my ears, and my hat on my feet, park the car in the kitchen, take a bath in the street. I love ping pong, I love bars, I love the Three Stooges and those crazy drums. I like lovers who don't know the same, lying on my bed in the stars and the rain. Oh yeah. If I had another life. We are Ping Pong Parkinson. It started 2017 when I stopped performing. I'm a professional musician. I was diagnosed in 2010. And in 2015, I stopped performing live because I couldn't play syncopation. Syncopation is this on a guitar, just to demonstrate. This downbeat and this thing syncopation. And so you see, each time I have to press left hand, I have to press and release, press and release. And it's very difficult for brain to sing the lyrics, melody, squeeze the left hand and the other one, and release, squeeze the release, squeeze the release. It happens twice in a second. So yes. I couldn't do that. My fingers would be stuck among the strings. I just couldn't do it. Yeah. And then by coincidence, a friend of mine invited me to table tennis club in Westchester, here in New York. And I felt much better next day. So it could be accidental. So I thought next week we also went to play, and then next day I felt much better. So I said, something must be there. So I increased that to 2 to 3 times a week. And after 3-4 months, I could play guitar again. So I said, if it helped me, why not other people? So on March 1st, 2017, we started with the program Ping Pong Parkinson, and we have 90 minutes programs, and now we have in 22 countries in 140 plus chapters right now, and I think it will grow double this year. So that's in short. But what is important is that we are not accepted as the people with Parkinson. We are not accepted in any games, Paralympic games, any games, in any sport, because we are not classified, and that has to be changed. Mm-hmm. Because we have 10 million people sitting on the couches waiting to die. We should be active. We should be dancing and boxing and playing table tennis, yes, and enjoying life. Mm-hmm. So I have a short video I can share with you from our Westchester. It's 2-3 minutes long about what we do, actually, to explain. But what is important that we have been accepted by United States Table Tennis Association to be part of the regular national championships. So not just the regular national championships. That's amazing. And that's happening in Fort Worth, Texas. so close to Dallas, Fort Worth. So we urge people to join us, like Chris is joining the championship, so that we prove that we exist and that we will become a part of a regular championship.
That's incredible. I mean, it's incredible that that you're able to partner with them and that you're spreading the word so much. And I know Chris is excited.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very much. I've enjoyed it very much. But Nenad, you know, we definitely want to circle back on the ping pong and the benefits, you know, in terms of what neuroscience shows. But you know, you're such a colorful character. I think really a lot of the viewers here will want to know a little bit more about you and your musical background and your background as a composer and sort of what brought you to the U.S.
Yeah. Well, it's the most difficult is to talk about yourself. But I'm a civil engineer, but lived my life as a musician, composer, and I was born in Croatia in 1954, and diagnosed in 2010. But my passion is music and world peace. I'm a world peace activist, and made 6 albums. Number of movies. I scored with the symphony orchestra, played with Pavarotti and U2 in Italy, live concerts, and have compilation records with Springsteen and Leonard Cohen and things like this. So these are like number of pearls, but no necklace yet. So I have, yeah. So
Well, that's pretty impressive. I mean, you are a world-class musician, and I've listened to your music, and it's fabulous. So it's really just incredible, and that you have, you know, worked so hard, and you work for world peace, and now, you know, what you're doing for the Parkinson's community is so impactful, and just bringing a really fun sport to the lives of so many people.
yeah, because discipline is hard when you don't like it. But when you like it, you don't need to discipline. You know, when you love to go to play table tennis, and also it was great to see Chris. He made a trip to New York recently, and just people. We are like a family. You see, that's we understand each other. I don't expect anybody to understand me who doesn't have Parkinson. Because how can you explain that you put a hand in your pocket and you can't take it out? Like, how to explain that?
Yes.
There's no explanation unless you have it. And I don't call this disease, I call diagnose, because we really don't know what it is.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I want to, since we are recording this, I also want to introduce Chris, because I know a lot of the viewers who are going to see this have seen him before. But Chris, could you just, Christopher Lyon is one of our board members of Power for Parkinson's, and he has also had a really remarkable life, and he's been helping Power for Parkinson's, but he's also founded the quiver.org and has run a marathon or many marathons, and is getting really involved in ping pong. So Chris, do you want to also just say a few words about yourself?
Well, sure. I mean, you know, I mean, you brought up a lot already, so I don't know what's left to say, but I just feel really, I'll just say right now that I just feel really blessed to be a part of such a wonderful community. You know, Parkinson's has brought me so many blessings, and it's really opened me up in a way, and it's, you know, I never thought that I would have the opportunity to run Boston. I never thought that I would meet such wonderful people as Nenad and many others, and so it's just been a great. There have been some rough moments for sure, but there have also been a lot of real highlights too, and so yeah. So I'll just mention real quickly here before passing the baton back is that I started playing ping pong. You know, post-diagnosis, I played some in college. We had some pretty heated games down in the basement of the fraternity, and you know, in our fraternity, we weren't exactly captains of the football team. I'll put it that way. You know, But we did win the ping pong championship, in the intramurals. So we took it pretty seriously down in the basement down there at the fraternity house. And so, really, I thought about some things recently that I would like to get back to, things that I would enjoy doing. And one of those was ping pong. I'm lucky here in Austin, there is a ping pong center, a noted ping pong center, just a mile or two from my apartment. So I started playing with a coach down there, and then sort of one thing led to another, and then here just a few weeks ago, I was lucky enough to make a Nenad's acquaintance, and so it's been a wonderful journey already. So so that's kind of where I am right now.
Okay,
If
great.
you don't mind, this is on 2.5 minutes long, just to show.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's, yeah.
One from Casablanca today. Nenad is going to start out with a stretching exercise. Courage is going to lead us with his aerobic stuff with the music. Courage, let's jump.
Everybody have some balls. Let's start with one ball, and then we're going to build our way up, okay? One.
After less than 6 months of doing these sessions, I now walk and I can talk so that you can hear me. I'm not whispering anymore. I have good breath support. So it's great fun. And it is also a support group without being a support group, which is really terrific.
Research shows that ping pong delays the progression of Parkinson's symptoms. It's doing the job for me. I feel great. And we just have a lot of fun and doing our bodies some good. Lily loves ping pong. She's here every week and she chases the balls. She's a good ball catcher.
So you've seen what happened today and what happens every Wednesday. You can't take the smile out of face from some people. We didn't conquer Parkinson, but we conquered the fear of Parkinson. Especially when we are together, we don't judge each other because if they're shaky or stumbling with words. So let's spread the word around the world. Let's help 10 million people who are sitting on couches stand up and have a beautiful life.
That is incredible. That was a very powerful film that you put together.
Thank you.
That's
They're talented people.
really great. I have a question for you.
Yes.
After watching that. I love all the exercises and everything that you're doing like around it. And I see how much people are having such a great time. What do you do about safety?
Well, that people will fall, you mean, things like this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, if people are really fragile, we have somebody behind him or her to catch them if they will fall.
Okay.
So we have especially somebody is assigned to that person. So
Yeah.
it happened a couple of times that people fell, but we had over 210 sessions. So in 210 sessions, it happened maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And but everybody was fine, and they didn't break anything or just. It's a risk of doing something. It's, you know, if you go into the traffic, the accidents are possible, but the benefits are overpass the risk.
Yes, yes. Well, I had the experience we did have one session of ping pong, and, you know, we didn't have enough helpers. So it was a little, it's something it seems like you really need to be prepared for. So you
Yes.
have enough spotters to be available for those people that do need it.
Yes, we have almost equal number of almost equal number of volunteers.
Yeah.
We call people pongers, people with Parkinson. They are pongers, and we have volunteers. And usually one side are volunteers, the other side is pongers, and then we switch, we rotate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, because I always think of it like atypical kinesia that happens with people with Parkinson's also, which I think is really interesting. And I saw it with my father, when you can, if you have that sort of muscle memory, I guess like riding a bike or playing tennis or playing ping pong, it comes back to you, and remarkably you can do the sport. And I, like my father one time, who was very disabled at the time, we went up to his soccer field, and all of a sudden he could barely walk around the house without a walker, and all of a sudden he was running down the field, kicking a goal and running all the way back. So it's an unusual phenomenon.
Yes, it is some muscle memory or something. I don't know what it is, but maybe desire to you can fake it. Just you love to move.
Yeah, well,
dancing is also one of the ways how to do it.
yeah, and we see that too. We've had actually, we're going to be having a tango workshop in the fall, and that's a really fun thing. And we have a dance class, so it's just that music is, I mean, remarkable what it can do for people too. So
Yes.
It was interesting for me when I started playing ping pong a few months ago. The first time I played, you know, like I said, I played a lot way back in college. And when I started again here, it was, you know, people talk about, well, it's been a long time since I've played, I'm rusty. But it didn't quite feel like that. It felt like more than being rusty. It's like I was trying to swing the paddle and I just couldn't swing it in a smooth way. And it just was not, I mean, I felt kind of like a fish on a bicycle, you know? And so it took me maybe 30 minutes that first time to finally, for my brain to start to get integrated with the body. And then when I came back the next week, it was down maybe 20 minutes and, you know, in 15 minutes. And that time has been shrinking so that now it's more like when I used to play back in the day, you know, after, you know, 5 or 10 minutes, I'm pretty good to go. So I definitely have noticed some of that neuroplasticity that you've talked about. I mean, I think in some way that some of the synapses or some of the circuitry in the brain, whatever it is, had to be replaced. Is that what you found, Nina? And what are some of the other benefits that, you know, you found playing ping pong and observed?
Yeah, well, everything is better for me. Everything, cognitive, movement, pain, everything is better since I started to play table tennis. And by the way, you played really well. We played together. And you played really well. So it was a joy to play with you.
Oh, thank you, Nina.
Yeah. By the way, we are starting in Greenwich, Connecticut. We are starting next Monday. Okay. So in a couple of days.
in Connecticut?
Yeah. There's my alarm for my medication.
Oh, okay. Do you
So-
want to go ahead and we'll?
Yes, I'll do that, but you can continue talking. Just,
Okay, we can wait. We can wait for you.
Just a moment.
Don't worry.
That's probably the only interview that I can do that.
Let's see. And so tell me about the event, Chris, that's coming up in Fort Worth. I'm going to tell the.
Well, sure. It was quite a surprise for me. So I started playing here in Austin, and then and I don't remember how I first. I think must have been through my instructor here, Clayton, and he's well connected in the national and international really ping pong community, and maybe it was through him. I don't remember that I learned about, or maybe it was on Facebook as well. There is a Facebook group, which is probably important. Nenad will want to point out. It's you can talk about it's Ping Pong Parkinsons is the name of the group within Facebook, right? And there's also your website, I think, which is pingpongparkinsons.org, or is it .com?
.org, both, but .org we promote.
Is the one you promote,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I learned about the national tournament, and of course, for us being in Austin, Fort Worth is just up the road away. So I thought, well, shoot, I mean, I'll go play in the national championship. Why not?
Yeah.
I feel a little bit like, Forrest Gump, with the marathon 3 weeks ago, and now the national tournament here, and I don't know what's next. But anyway, it's yeah. What do you want to tell us about, Nenad, about the role that you played in getting that event, getting USTT? Is that right? This is the name of the organization?
USATT. I put in the chat. I put 2 links.
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
What did you have to go through to convince them to
Well,
recognize?
Well, I'm talking to them for 5 years already,
Mhm.
and suddenly the doors opened. Constellation. Most of the time in life, there is a constellation is needed. One star is not good enough, but constellation of stars. Then things happen, and I would say right people in the right place, and they open the door for us. So. We have three women and a couple of men who care for us, and who are considered, and who are not fearful to ask boldly, to create something that was never created before. I can maybe click on this article. Just let me see here. Yeah, this is the article.
Wow.
Make history by offering events for persons living with the Parkinson diagnosis. And this article, yeah. So
That's fabulous.
and so we urge people to come to support this, because this is like pilot. We are testing the grounds, and
So how many people do you have going at this point?
well, only 6, 7, but we hope to have 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you have to start somewhere, so that's a good.
Well, I started with myself only. When I started it in Pleasantville in New York, I started only with myself, and now we have 25, 30 people every week coming. And
So how are you running your satellites, like from other states or in other countries?
well, we have leaders from different countries and different chapters. Like we have in New Jersey, we have 2 women. One is Elana Clark, she's a neurologist. We have Elizabeth Kara, she's a neuropsychologist. And they are running the River Edge, New Jersey chapter. Now we have somebody who was in Pleasanton, New York, with his wife Pat, Jim Mackey, and he's now will be running Greenwich, Connecticut. So it's like we are family. Like people meet each other and they support each other.
Yes.
We are a functional family. How about that?
Yes, I think that's good. Yeah.
So I think it's really interesting, all the different ways that I've noticed, and I'm sure you've got others, Nenad, that ping pong positively impacts the brain. Like for one thing, it's like, wait, I have to keep track of the score here. Like I have to play and keep track of the score. And that's
It's not easy. Not
Yes,
easy at all.
there's keeping track of the score, and there's I read in one of the posts on the blog and your website that there's a maxim in ping pong that the less impulsive player, given two players of more or less equal skill, the less impulsive player will win, and that is applied broadly. I thought broadly about the game of ping pong, and so when you're playing, you have to be patient. You have to let the ball come to you. If you hit it too early, you are likely to hit into the net, or hit it long. You have to wait to apply the proper spin or whatever to hit the ball effectively. And you also have to go for the slam on every shot. You have to learn to play the game in a paced way, in a controlled way, and learning to anticipate where the ball is going to go. There's a lot of sort of mathematics going on in your brain because you can't wait until the ball is right in front of you before you start to position yourself. And so there's a lot of things going on all at the same time.
It's life philosophy.
Yeah,
you can apply to life, playing table tennis. Because if you make too quick decisions and you hit the net.
Yeah.
So if you hit the net a couple of times, you should learn about something and change something.
Right.
So, but what is important is that this is fun to play. Mm-hmm. And so we have a problem with discipline otherwise. Yeah. Especially we are a little bit more impatient with Parkinson because everything is slower and more difficult.
Yeah.
But when you love something, then it's much easier to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And I want to get back to one thing before, and I'm jumping back and forth. But in regards to the tournament in Fort Worth, there's maybe people sitting out there will say, I would like to go to Fort Worth, but I haven't played in 10 years.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're all welcome. That's maybe a once in a lifetime opportunity to play on the national championship, and you don't have refined skills, because everybody will be accepted. Everybody who apply. Mm-hmm. So we need to raise the level. I would say the high tide bring all the boats up, not just the yachts.
Right.
So we all rise a little bit, and then we all benefit.
Can you talk a little bit about the different classifications there?
Yes, there will be only two classes. One is severely affected by Parkinson, and the less affected by Parkinson. And we have, I call it seven magnificent. We have Parkinson Open, then above 55 years old and under 55 years old. Then we have doubles, then mixed doubles, and also we will be, for the first time ever, we will be classified for para games. So that's a huge accomplishment for us who couldn't participate in any para games, in anything. And this is the first time ever. Mm-hmm. So I urge everybody who has any desire to play table tennis to come to Fort Worth and register, and we will see you there. And
the date of the event?
Yes, it is July 5th and 6th. I would say if you can come 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
That's on my birthday.
Excellent. We can celebrate. I'll sing you happy birthday.
Come and you'll sing me happy birthday?
I will. It's a promise. An original one.
Now that would be a good birthday present.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it sounds like what I'm hearing is that if there's somebody out there that again is maybe on the fence, should I go, should I not go? It seems like you should just go, not only for the benefits that you yourself will sort of gain from doing it, but also to ensure that the organization that sponsors this event will continue to have this going forward. Yeah.
Correct. Exactly what you said.
Yes.
Exactly.
Set the stage. And I think that there's so much more literature out there just supporting the benefits of exercise. And I mean, and table tennis is such an incredible modality. And it's this great physical exercise, mental exercise, and then you get that whole community component all together. So
it's not heavy metal, it's heavy mental.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And you can do both.
Well, apparently.
I'm curious, have you noticed that by playing ping pong, has that changed the way you play guitar or helped you with your music?
It changed everything because I could not play guitar, and so suddenly I could play guitar again. So it is groundbreaking for me. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I continued to perform. Now I'm flying with the guitar to Europe on Monday. I'll go to German Open, then I'm going to Croatia, then Slovenia. Then,
So you're going to be playing again?
yes, playing
Performing?
again. Performing and playing table tennis. Portugal Open, and then Texas. Yeah. So I'll be traveling for around a little bit less than 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you have found something that's been so transformative for you.
It is, and it's enjoyable also.
Yes,
It's not just, it's not difficult to. I can't wait to do it. So
How many times a week do you play?
I play also virtual reality. So virtual reality I play every day. I'll show you the Oculus.
Oh, okay.
See, this is you put on the head this, and these are sensors. I have a hat, but otherwise you put it on top
You
like
put
this.
that on. Uh-huh.
And these are made. It looks like a paddle, a holder. You see, for the sensor. So you have feeling like you have a pedal, like racket. And this is the ball. You press this, and the ball comes out here in the virtual reality. Then you play. You have seen Chris.
Yeah, it's very real. He warned me at the beginning, like when you're done, don't just lay these those handholds, on the table, because remember the table won't be there. And sure enough, I mean, I played for 5 minutes, and then I went to. He's like, no, don't drop, because you'll damage the equipment. He's like, no, don't drop it. And I almost dropped it. It's very immersive, and it's very, you feel like you're playing ping pong.
Yeah.
So do you stand up and do you play it?
Of course, like a real table
Like
tennis.
a real game?
Yeah, and tonight I have a league in Pleasantville. Tonight I will play a real league.
The real thing. But when you play virtual, you're standing and you're...
The same as the real thing, the same thing. You the same movements, everything is the same. It's just it's virtual. And we already had the World Championship in virtual reality. So we put name capital PPP stands for Ping Pong Parkinson. So we recognize each other by that.
Yeah.
So it's I would recommend to anybody. The game is called 11, and I have Oculus Quest equipment that is fantastic.
Oh, that's really incredild. Well, let's see. Is there anything? I have one other question for you.
Sure.
You've told us about this, how transformative it's been for you, and Chris, you've let us know how ping pong has changed you in a short period of time. Is there another special story, Nenad, that you can relate about maybe somebody that came to your program or?
Well, we have in this video you saw men who couldn't walk.
Yes.
So, I mean, is that impressive or what?
Yep,
Yeah.
it is. It's
The man who couldn't
incredible.
walk is walking now normally.
So when they first came, what did they do?
They had how do you call
Walker?
it? Walker, yeah, walker, and no talker,
Yeah.
So they whispered.
Yes.
And in a 6-month period, he said 6 months. I didn't calculate exactly, but he is full of life.
So, and you do vocal exercises also,
Yes,
which I thought is interesting that you would incorporate that with
Yeah.
your warm-ups.
Yeah, and juggling also. I love to juggle. I have in bags I carry wherever I go around the world. I carry the bags. Let me just find them just for a moment. Yeah, these are 3 bags that I carry around. I go anywhere around the world. I juggle now. So my record is 260 times.
Wow.
I couldn't
So-
do 2. I couldn't do 2 when I started.
Could you do that? Could you do that before Parkinson's or not?
No, of course not.
No? Wow. Because I can't do it. My daughter can, but I don't.
And I enjoy it for some reason. I don't know why, but I just love it. I went to Japan. In the hotel I juggle. I go to Germany. I juggle. I go to Croatia. I juggle. So it's like a relaxation.
Yes. Well, you're used to using your hands a lot to play, so I'm sure you have a lot of dexterity hidden inside of you.
I think that my doctors are impressed by it because I changed on better.
Yes.
So I'm also volunteering for Michael J. Fox Foundation, giving my samples for 11 years already. Actually, the 11 years is now. So
Fantastic. That's great. Yeah. Well, this has been extremely enlightening, and we are going to be sure to share your information with our community.
wonderful.
And we, like I mentioned, we do have a global community. So we will put this together and it will be on our website, on our YouTube channel, and we'll share it on our social media. So maybe we'll hopefully find a couple players to join you, or maybe more in Fort Worth.
We have instructions. We have on Facebook. We have Facebook group Ping Pong Parkinson.
Okay.
We have instructions how to register for the tournament.
Excellent.
They can find a group, and if they cannot, they can email me, or they can look at pingpongparkinson.org and email and find a way how to register. So sooner better, because then we know what we have, and we, as Christopher said, that we need to show up when somebody gave us a stage. We cannot tie the laces on. We have to have more.
Well, we'll see what we can do to round up some people here. We all have to support each other in this space, and there's a lot to choose from, and more to choose from. And if people find things they enjoy, that's the most important thing.
Yes, we have to think about people today. We are not searching for a cure, but we want people to improve their lives immediately.
Yes.
And sometimes cure comes from the left field, like nobody expects. That could be ping pong, could be dance, could be something, but some clues are there. I don't know what they are, but they are somewhere here.
Yes, I agree with you. Well, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you and hear your story, and I'm happy that you've made so much progress with this and changed so many people's lives. So thank you for that.
Equally so, thank you for letting me speak to your audience and to your members. I appreciate that very much. If I had another life, I would never walk straight. All the things I love to do, other people love to hate. With my shoes on my ears, and my hat on my feet, start the car in the kitchen, take a bath in the street. I love ping pong, I love bounce, I love the Three Stooges and those crazy drums. I like lovers who don't know the same. Lying on my bed in the stars and the rain. life, I would run, 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 have some fun. But seriously, if I had another life, I would run for president, feed the pigeons in the park, never paid the rent. Jerry Garcia, Secretary of State, declares money illegal. That'd be great. I love ping pong, I love mouse, anchovy pizza, and those crazy drums. I like lovers who don't vote the same, and lying on my bed in the stars and the rain. Another life, I would do it all again. Run away from the middle, beginning at the end. Try to miss the target, win the biggest score. Tell my dad I love him, like I never did before. I love ping pong, I love bounce, I love the honeymooners and those crazy drums. I like lovers who don't hold the same, and talking to my father in the stars and the rain. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If I had another life, if I had another life, if I had another life, if I had another life. There you go. Yeah.